I want to address what a 721 UPREIT is versus a traditional DST. Okay, a traditional DST is going to be held for a 5 to 7 year period of time, mostly. That's the number that we're almost always going to use to let you know how long the hold period is. Certainly, we have some that are shorter in duration, maybe 3 to 4 years. We have some that are designated to be as long as 10 years. So in a 721, that is something that's designed to go into a REIT. So a sponsor company, often a very large sponsor company, manages a real estate investment trust. It's a different side of their business. They put one of their assets into a DST and fully subscribe it to investors. And then after a 2-year period of time, after the close of the raise, they expect that asset to be rolled into their REIT. Now, when that happens, a few things happen. You lose the ability to ever do another 1031 exchange. You do not own real estate anymore. You own operating units in a REIT. So let's talk about why you would want to do that. So you may want to do that for liquidity. Let's say you have a need for cash into the future. You think you may have a need for cash into the future. Well, that's the fastest way to access your cash through a 1031 is to roll into a 721 UPREIT. But I want everybody to be very aware of what also that means. So not only do you lose the right to ever do another 1031 exchange, but when you sell those operating units of the REIT, now your 4 layers of taxation are in play. So if you need the money and you're willing to spend 25 to 40% in tax, certainly you can do that. What I consider the largest disadvantage of going into a 721 UPREIT. Now, we use them for clients that are older or doing their estate planning, and really they're just looking to pass these assets on to their heirs. So in that case, you would go into the 721 UPREIT. It would operate as a DST for the first 2 to 3 years. And then when it gets rolled into the UPREIT or into the REIT itself, then if you pass at that time, you become deceased. Now all of a sudden you get a step up in basis, your heirs get a step up in basis, and they can liquidate that without taxation. So folks that are doing their estate planning, they're typically older, are just looking to pass these assets on to their heirs in the easiest possible way. We're all for, 721 UPREITs in those situations.